a little bit about you. Why did you decide to start AmaRise, and what is it?
Yeah, for sure. So AmaRise, we are a platform that matches people with alternative and complementary wellness practitioners. Um, Now, how I came to this is really stemmed off my private practice. So, for those who may not be so familiar, I have been actively practicing for about 10 years now as an ancestral healing coach. So, I look at patterns that can be found in family lines or even like ethnic subgroups, environmental factors as well. We work on the emotional aspect to things more than anything to dig to the root cause of what can be causing patterns that we see. But in that, especially since I'm cross-trained in so many different things, and this is something that is ancestral to me, so others in my maternal line have also done and practiced the same thing that I do. People came to me and they're like, hey, I see these patterns or this, that, and the third. I'm facing these chronic illnesses, like help me. And of course, you want to help everyone, but I'm a bit more specialized in what I do. So I really started developing, and I was raised on the whole community mindset, a network of practitioners that I trusted really well. So I found that over half my business was people coming to me, and then I would understand, have like the initial sessions with them, and then refer them to somebody that could work with them at the stage they're in or better suit that journey. Then it got to the point where other practitioners were bringing people that weren't a good fit for them, or maybe it was at the end of the cycle for them, but they needed more support to me to then match and find like the right practitioner for them, or like even a good wrap up phase out of what to do after the practitioner and things. So then it got to the point, especially with COVID, where I was getting more people coming in that I could stand. And of course, and when I say stand, it's like that I could take on. It was too much. It's a heavy role to be in. And then COVID, I think all of us were just kind of like, what is happening? So you layer all that in. I actually ended up myself kind of shutting off and shutting down for a little bit because I was like, I need a moment. But that was one, and with some discussions with some great dear friends of mine, they were like, dude, make a technology that can match people because, like, yeah, your capacity, you're human, is only so much. And it's needed from not just users, but other practitioners as well. So, I slept on it and I was casually researching, doing stuff and like furthering what I've done in my graduate studies, doing me. And then about 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, I was like, okay, let's start making the blueprint of this. And a little over a year ago, I was like, let's go, so let's move. And it has been a whirlwind of a journey, but an amazing journey to do because it's like I practice too individually is seeing great benefits from being able to tap into this technology too, where I can be able to run without like running so hard too.
Yeah. So it sounds to me like, you kind of are, your platform is essentially a matchmaker and just more on the holistic side of things. Uh,
Yeah, I would say we very much are a matchmaker. We do have a curated list or like practitioners as well, because the thing about this space, you have a lot of folks out there, and it's hard to filter through, yes, to get to the real stuff. And I think also a really big added benefit of our platform.
That's amazing because I agree. There's a lot of like, let's say, like muddy waters out there when it comes to alternative practitioners, like people waking up one day and just calling themselves a shaman, cacao ceremonialist.
Wild,
And yeah,
wild.
it is. And so, what is your process behind like vetting and knowing who that you can actually stand behind?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's actually something I'm learning because our initial 70 or so practitioners are people that I have trusted and worked with for a while. So the vetting's been done over the years for sure. And it's nice because they have a lot of strong referrals too. We definitely have requirements of having had practice for at least 2 years actively. We do our own background checks and everything. Fortunately, we're partnered up with some nonprofits and global universities that do research and development as well. And we're kind of partnering in a sense to ensure that we're tracking and understanding the root, like, which lineage things are coming from, things of that sort. Also verifying certifications and trainings. And a lot of ancestral and indigenous practices, it's different how we handle that too. So it's a different process. So we have different processes for all of that. And then, of course, if we are going to move forward with after interviews and screening and everything, we do test out for a few sessions for like fully launching someone on the platform because we have to make sure it's a fit both ways. Because some people, they're like, dude, I just want to do my own practice. I don't need to be into another system. I don't need leads from you. I don't need any of that, which is fair. So we definitely want to make sure and recognize what each practice things are different. So it's a process we're actually really trying to figure out. We have a ton of applications from people. And
Sure.
the hard thing is I'm gonna have to figure out a way to really like put this into like a video or something for people who are looking to apply. It's like weekend training is not gonna cut it. Like we cannot trust someone's healing and they're because some people, and it's weird because in this society we're in, you said it, like people will go and wake up and be like, oh, I'm a shaman now. No, it just the ancestral, it doesn't work like that. Like it doesn't. And even more popular practices out there these days that everyone's going to a studio to do this or do that, do that. Like there's a lot more behind a lot of the work that we're doing. Like a lot of stuff is watered down and we can't necessarily do that in the work. So for people who just woke up one day or it's like they received it, trained or something for a week or two or 300 hours, it's not there for us. So we've definitely, I would say, we have thousands of applications that it's like, unfortunately, we cannot move forward. That doesn't mean in the future it makes sense that maybe after some mentorship, some stuff, and you've gone through those first 5, 7 years, it could work. But for the most part, I think to kind of circle back to filtering, I really have to do a lot of trust in my own intuition, my own experience, my strong community of referrals as well. And then there are other people, like other users, clients, and stuff that I've had that have really strong referrals as well. So that's kind of, it's a slower build on the practitioner end, but I'm all about the supply. I'm just like, you have to have a rich supply.
Yeah.
And I think of it too, like my food experience, going out to these restaurants. Most restaurants, in my opinion, are absolute garbage. Like the food, not seasoned, undercooked, cooked. It's dry. Like I'm like, it's truly just aesthetically cute, but there's no substance to the food. So it's like, how do you filter through to actually find those like good spots, those good what and typically those really good places you're not gonna find on social media. You're not gonna find that. So I think it's the same thing when it comes to good healing work or good wellness work, or even like a doctor. I spend years finding a good doctor, and you filter through a lot of that, you know?
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head, I think, with like filtering and the trust and trusting your intuition and like using the experiences that you've used upon yourself to kind of guide the way essentially. So as far as shifts, maybe what major shifts are you seeing in in the industry right now? Right there. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good question. So if I'm just looking technology holistically, everything is AI. It's exhausting. Goodness
Mm.
gracious.
Mhm.
But when I think of like the wellness space in general, I do feel like it's kind of weeding out interestingly. I'm seeing quite a lot of the COVID wellness babies, let's put it that way, kind of phase out or like kind of dabble out a little bit. And I'm seeing some other kind of come in. I think there's some hot trends right now around like yoga, Pilates, those big ones are kind of coming in more. But beyond anything, I would say that we're seeing older gravitated more towards wanting to dive and use complementary and alternative wellness, that they are staring a bit more away from like the prescription or very clinical aspects and wanting that. That's what I would say has been the most recent that I've noticed shift. Um, and part of that can also come from a journey in this. That the older folks are like, hey, I trust this little girl now. Maybe
Yeah.
that could be part of it too, but I would say that is a big thing. And then I think with also the rise in healthcare costs, the changes in our healthcare systems and things, that folks are also feeling like they're a bit forced to look at other ways.
Sure.
I would say those are two big things I'm seeing.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Is like I think also before back in the day, you never used to question doctors or question the medical system. And nowadays it's like, wait, how can I for myself more and like step more into like my own power when it comes to these like medical facilities?
Yeah, we are sick and tired
Yeah,
of being sick and tired.
exactly, exactly. And it's like it's never like we're not sitting here and trying to replace and say one thing is better than the other. No, like can we actually complement each other? Because I think it takes really both sides to the root cause of things. I think a lot of times medical spaces, they treat what's in front of them. Like,
Absolutely.
I can sit here and say like, oh, they put a band-aid on a wound. That's honestly not necessarily the stance I take. I think they focus on what's here and now. Because I used to take, oh, don't trust the medical system. I'm like, no, it's both. Like we need both of it. And like I'm very, very grateful for the medical system. I'm very grateful for the holistic, like the generational healing, getting, and I think that's the part that also gets to the root cause. And um so I'm very grateful for you having some sort of like a platform that has a trusted, vetted list of practitioners that know what they're talking about and can help. You can, connect the right people to what they need. So how has or like the difference now with everything that we're seeing in the world today, how has that impacted your business or growth strategy?
Great question. I would say our lists, because we've been in private beta mode and pilot testing, and we are launching out over the next few months here,
Mhm.
which is amazing. I would say our wait list is growing at a rate that I couldn't have imagined at this point. And then as we're kind of piloting a lot more outside of where we're launching right now. Good. Like I was not anticipating having several pilots being developed that expand us a bit more in the future at the same time as what we've been launching, what we're launching now, what we've been testing and piloting. So I think it's really challenged how flexible that I can be. Also challenged the speed in which we're moving
Yeah.
for sure. And but the core of what we do is exactly the same. That's the best part of it. It's just like really rooted in, truly supported. And I think you said it really well, where it's like, I think modern medicine has a place. I think what we're seeing is that a lot of folks are going for searching for answers that modern medicine was never designed to answer. Okay, it's okay to know that this has this place. Like you have a broken bone, baby, go. Run fast there. I mean, maybe you can't, but go. It has its place. That is what it's designed for, like emergency medicine. It is designed for that. But when you're looking to like, how do I get to the root cause of this constant anxiety that's causing me to constantly be held back, that's causing my autoimmune disease to continue to flare up, that I also saw my mother do, that's also causing this addiction. Like this right here is
Mhm.
where we look more at the alternative space and say, hey, like we can treat and help the anxiety in the present with maybe the modern medicine. But if you want to get to the root of the cycle that you're seeing, then we need to go to the complementary side. So I think, I don't even remember the question you asked here, but our strategy generally on a core level is the same. I think which markets we're touching and when, and also how we're approaching that is changing up a little bit, and the speed is changing up a bit. But there's more audience for it now. And I want to say beyond anything, people are listening a bit more now.
Mm. Mhm.
And like energetically speaking, we're just going through a shift as a society where folks are just like questioning things a lot more. And you also said it earlier, like growing up, you didn't question doctors, teachers, like none of that. Today, we're like, what you talking about? Like it's just a different time.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So what do you feel like has been working well for you? What's been maybe a little bit more frustrating?
Mhm. Really working well for me is general strategy and time management as a whole. Our approach in with care, our building of our supply, and how we're with care also approaching our users. Challenging is as a startup founder in general, I would say that this is not the space that a lot of startups are in. So there are so many rooms that they shut the door on me real quick. Besides just, being a Black woman, it is like you're talking about something that we don't know. Is it medical or is it not? Is it clinical or is it not? It's not door shut. And there's like oftentimes not a space for someone to like, they don't want to listen to this at all. They see it as useless. They see it as this. They see it as like, okay, I mean, there are a ton of stuff out there, like it doesn't matter. I would say that, especially the first year of really trying to build, was a big challenge because I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't fit in the traditional med tech or health tech. I don't fit into that. And I'm, here with the AI mass goes here. So, like, how do we continue to move forward and how do we continue to build and not burn out in the space that doesn't necessarily have so much representing like us?
Absolutely. Well, and the thing is, it's like, you built this with the idea that you weren't meant to fit in or fit into a label. Yeah. But it's like you kind of have to, at the same time, figure out how to speak the language. And I can imagine that being challenging or frustrating. So, given where you're at right now, where do you hope to be in the next 6, 12 months from now?
Okay. Well, we're in market.
Yeah.
As we will be in market for sure. I think that also, if we think 12 months from now, I think there will be a bit more of an international angle that we have as well that we're looking forward to leaning on and really expanding. I'd say that a year from now, too, I can see us just being the education of what we do more than anything, because that's a big piece we focus on and we've been curating on our end, on the back end. It's like the educational content of like in which you can understand your depression. There's a lens in which you can understand your addiction. There's a different lens in which you can understand your love and how you love so deeply and how to better like support that love too. So I'm so 12 months from now, I can see folks when they're like, I need a different perspective, or I'm ready to like understand me. I'm ready to just heal. That dude, whether it's there to listen to a podcast episode, whether it's there to try to match with a practitioner, because we also look at your personality and things to be able to match you with like the best ideal person for you. Or whether it's like just hopping on social media, being like, I need, I need, I need community. I hope that we can be that for them. So I'm like, I'm not even going to talk about the numbers here because the numbers are there. It's the when the alignment is there, that stuff is there. That's not truly, and then investors get mad at me. Everybody get mad at me of like, it's not all about the numbers. I don't think it is. It's like when you're truly here to help people, support people. And for me, I'm like, you know how many hours, how many years, you know how many health conditions I faced because no one would listen to me. Because my blood work looked great, but I was dying on the inside. Do you know how many other people I see this happen to all the time? If we are helping, even if it's just 1,000 folks, we're winning. So like we will continue to win and be winning, and then you will win 12 months from now too. So like that's what I see.
Yes, yes, yes. I love that. I agree. When you have like the mission, the purpose, the vision, all of everything will fall into place. And you'll meet the right people. Like when you focus or come from a place of like energy and magic, and I understand, the as well of like, you got to put the right steps in place to make that happen. But also, when we step into the feminine flow as well of that, it's like, no, the people show up that you need. And
I love that you said that too. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. So 12 months from now, we're going to start seeing what it looks like to lead with the feminine.
mm,
Yes, I love how you even started and like put that up, Rachel, because kind of back to before, there's so much shift happening. And I think as we think of things differently, how we lead with the feminine is very different from how you lead with the masculine. So what if we can also hit success and show up for folks, leading with the feminine?
well, yeah, what would that look like? What would that take? So,
What would it be? Yes.
yes, yes. So
That's
we shall
the
see. And so, Dr. Dumebi, thank you so much for coming on today. It's been an absolute delight and pleasure to get to talk to you, get to know you, and have you on the show.